You asked Elon Musk to put you in charge of cutting the Pentagon. How'd that go?
It's official. I'm now running the entire Pentagon because that's how it works.
Yes.
No, look, I thought it went great, and but the left doesn't think it went great. So let me explain. So Elon says I want to cut $2 trillion from the budget. In reality, there isn't $2 trillion to cut. All discretionary spending is only $1.7 trillion. But there is one place where you could have massive savings, and that's the Pentagon. And that's because they never pass an audit. This is their 7th straight audit that they failed. And they say that they generally can't account for half the money, which is over $400 billion. So I said on X, hey, Elon, put me in charge of the Pentagon. I'll cut $400 billion overnight. And hey, all of a sudden you're 20% of the way home to your goal, right? And he said, give me suggestions. So let's pause there. No Democratic leader has ever asked me for suggestions, even though I run the largest left-wing media network in the country. They've never asked why. Oh, populist. What would a populist know? He doesn't even support the donors. Terrible. We're never going to ask him, right? So Elon asked. Already, that's progress. That's already better than what I was getting from the other side. And so then the left goes, no, don't say that. Okay, but what do you want me to do? Lie? Do you want me to tell you that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden call me every other day? Like, oh, we're really interested in what populist left thinks. Oh, we're super interested in what our base wants. They're not at all interested in what their base wants. They pretty much hate what their base wants. So that's great. And then I gave him a suggestion, which was, hey, listen, if you want to cut in a real way, you'd have to, of course, do it line by line. So if you bring me in, and we both went to Wharton, we both run businesses. His are, of course, much larger. But hey, I run a top 10 media network in the country. So both of us know how we can go line by line and cut things that are actually wasteful, inefficient. And by the way, some of it is just corruption, just massive pork barrel spending. Okay, but for now, I can give you a suggestion of stop having the generals work for defense contractors. Because the minute they retire, they go work for the military-industrial complex. And since they're going to get millions of dollars from those guys, what do they do before they retire? They give those same companies billions of dollars, sometimes hundreds of billions of dollars in contracts. That's an obvious, massive conflict of interest that any business person would understand, anyone with common sense would understand. And so then Don Jr. jumped in and he said, that's a good idea. And we're already discussing it. Great. Okay, so
you've got Elon certifying and you've got the son of Trump stepping in as well.
That's right. And then Donald Trump Jr. came back in and said again, hey, this is just common sense and we should be going in that direction. So now if the left wants to complain, it's if they do it, because they haven't done it yet. If Elon and Trump and et cetera cut the Pentagon or do a great rule about conflict of interest for the generals that the left has wanted for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. If they complain, oh, they did the thing we wanted, guys, then I can't help you, right?
Yeah,
if you can't take the win, I can't help you.
There's this sense a lot of the time that purity is more important than victory.
Oh, 100%. And unfortunately, that's one of the defining hallmarks of the modern left that I'm rebelling against. And so and look, I know, so both sides, again, misunderstand each other. And again, I'm bilingual. I used to be a Republican. I'm a progressive populist. I've been in both camps. I understand both camps and I speak both their languages, but they do not speak each other's language. So the left thinks, oh, it's all a trick, right? And there's good, valid reasons for thinking that, okay? But they think, oh, everyone on the right is a fraud, and that is not true. And they think, okay, if the minute you agree with them, they're not going to actually do that thing. Instead, they're going to use it to cut Medicare, Medicaid, all these other programs that we care about, and they're never going to actually do the thing that they said. Now, maybe that's true. And if that's true, well, okay, then I'll call them out on it. Problem solved, right? It's not like I'm going to go, oh, okay, they promised it, so I will let them cut all the programs that I care about, and I will not say anything. No, man, if anyone hasn't learned yet, I am uncontrollable. Okay, so you're not going to control me from the left or the right, the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. So if they do stuff I don't agree with, I'm going to not only call it out, probably going to yell at them, right? But if they say yes and then they do it, I am going, unlike everyone on the left, I'm going to take the fucking win, right? I don't think that part is complicated at all.